Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler V, series V's I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I've been meaning to get to these, I swear. It just took me a little while. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there and try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I am inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. And folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, folks? Well, it happens to be my brand spanking new defamation of character shirt. Which, if you are unfamiliar with the outstanding man defamation of character, I wouldn't be terribly surprised. They were a band that came up in the fairly early 90s and made it all the way to, I believe, the year 2000 before they finally called it. Put out a couple of albums. They were out of, I believe, Detroit. And I'll be honest, I had no fucking clue who they were. But because I'm always like on the look for new bands and, new stuff to get into, I get ads and recommendations and stuff, and one day these guys popped up as like a Facebook recommendation. So I found their page, and it hadn't been active in a while, but the last post that they had said, hey, we've still got CDs available if anybody wants some, wants to buy some. So I went over there and I decided to just toss it out there, and I hit up the page, and someone actually got back to me. So I got a couple CDs, and I got this shirt from them. It's just really cool. I like it. But anyway, folks, what am I trying for you today? I've been meaning to get to it. Well, that's because, folks, we're doing, boom! It's fucking Saucy Nuggets from Wendy's. For whatever reason, Saucy Nuggets have become a thing in 2024. I reviewed some Saucy Nuggets from, the hell was it? KFC. I also reviewed some Saucy Nuggets from Burger King as well. Everybody's just getting into the let's just pour the shit on the nuggets craze. Sure, why not? So I believe these are the normal honey barbecue ones. They're either the normal honey barbecue ones or the spicy honey barbecue ones, because I got them both. So let's find out together. So they didn't go over there and label them, but they did put them in two separate bags. So I'm like, okay. So one way or another, we'll get it done. Yeah, okay, that's a fork. Oh, yeah. Kind of defeats the purpose, one of the purposes of the nugget, though, because you really wouldn't want to handle these things. But let's go ahead and first of all, let's get a thing for the thing. It looks like this. Ha 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 ha! Let's give it a go. It's good barbecue sauce. Definitely an emphasis on the sweetness of the honey. I mentioned in the past, it's got a little, okay. Yeah, I'm fairly certain that these are just the normal ones. These are the spicy ones. I'm severely disappointed. But there's really no kick to it. There's a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of kind of like almost a very mild smoky hit at the end. It's got some depth. It's got some nice, yeah, okay. So yeah, I mentioned, I reviewed plenty of barbecue related things. I mentioned that for myself personally. I'm more of I like a smoky, rich barbecue sauce. That's like my personal preference. I like one that's got that depth to it. Sweet barbecue sauces are fine as well. Just not my go-to. This is definitely on the sweeter side, which makes sense. It's a honey barbecue sauce. But it does have, again, a little bit of that depth kind of at the end that I like as well. And actually, like I said, sweet honey barbecue sauce can be really nice. And this one actually does a pretty good job with it. I'm not mad at it at all. As for nuggets themselves, I mean, they're Wendy's nuggets. Wendy's nuggets are decent. I wouldn't consider them to be like the best nuggets ever, but they're certainly not the worst. I do have to give them some credit. They still have a little bit of a crispy exterior, despite the fact that obviously they've been sitting in the sauce. So that's nice. But I mean, they are definitely thin nuggets. Like, I mean, you can see, but they're good for being what they are. I actually did a comparison review a while back between Wendy's spicy nuggets and McDonald's spicy nuggets. Go watch that review if you want my opinion on that. But yeah, I mean, mainly what you're looking for here is the sauce. And that's a good barbecue sauce, especially for fast food. I actually like the sweetness that it brings to it. I appreciate the fact that there's a little bit more complexity to the flavors going on. It's not just one note. You get sort of a progression of flavor, which is nice. And at the same time, despite the fact that, it's got a lot of flavor going on, it's very flavorful, it's not like super overbearing, it's not like something that is weighing me down as I'm eating it. It's not too rich, it's not too sweet, And I just finished it. This is also my lunch, so I hope I like nuggets. I do like nuggets. But yeah, I like that actually. I think between the elements of the sauce that I really like and the fact that, the nuggets themselves are pretty damn solid, yeah, it's good. Is it better than the KFC Saucy Nuggets? It's hard to say. It's been a little bit since I reviewed the KFC Saucy Nuggets, but I'm going to give them credit for that, though. I came into those kind of expecting, like, and while they didn't blow me away, they're pretty dang good. But 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get them again? Would I recommend them? I go with sure and sure. Yeah. I think for me personally, I don't really get the saucy nugget craze. Because to me it really is just like, why don't you just have the sauces available and then I can go over there and do it? Like, I don't know what the whole saucy nugget thing is, quite frankly. I don't get it, but at the same time, like, I'll, enjoy it for what it is. And like I said, all these things really hinge on is the sauce that they're being used with. And yeah, that's a good honey barbecue sauce. And again, especially for fast food, that's pretty good. Actually kind of reminds me a little bit of what I remember, and mind you, that's saying, ugh. But back in them thar days, KFC used to have honey barbecue wings. It kind of reminds me a little bit of what I remember that. But, well, yeah, none of these, I don't think there would be go-tos for me or anything like that. I can appreciate a good honey barbecue sauce, and I think that this one was good. So, and then, again, their nuggets are pretty solid. I'd probably just go for a nugget with some sauce, and if I'm recommending them, because that really is where that, this whole thing comes into play. I mean, yeah, they're pretty good for what they are. I think if you like a sweet barbecue sauce, I think this will work for you. If you prefer a more savory, again, kind of smoky barbecue sauce, might not be your jam, but at the same time, there are some elements there. I don't think that this would be offensive to you. It really is one of those things. I'm sure these are going to be a limited time item. Give them a shot while they're going through. Worst case scenario, I don't think you're going to hate them or anything like that. Like, the sauce itself is, I think, solid around all points. And then again, the nuggets are not the best, but still decent nuggets. Anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, stupendous rest of your folks. Go over there, have yourselves a truly saucy-tastic rest of your life. Just living that life all saucy. And there's definitely a cicada in my car. I can feel him crawling around on my leg somewhere. Man, those things are just crazy. But final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important that we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, the thing that I want you to go out and do, especially if you happen to be living in the United States in 2024, be careful with those damn cicadas, man. Like, they're not, and here it begs mentioning, they don't bite. Like, they literally can't. They're physically incapable. They're not mean or anything like that. But what I have certainly had happen on a few occasions is I'll be going to do something and I'll be outside and all of a sudden, just be like right in front of my face. Now, that is what it is. It's a little bit startling, but it's a bigger problem when I'm driving. I've had twice now where one of them managed to get into my car at some point, and then I'm just going and doing something, and all of a sudden, I'm like, what the fuck? So, just be careful. And again, don't hate on them or anything like that. Look, they only pop up like once every over a decade or so. They're just chilling and doing their thing. Anyway.